We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
The Durham Report, the Southern Border, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lupkin, and here's the news you need to know. Special Counsel John Durham on Monday issued his report after a 4-year investigation into the FBI's inquiry into the 2016 Trump campaign. He sharply criticized the DOJ and FBI for rushing to look into raw, unanalyzed, and uncorroborated intelligence, but filed no new charges. Durham accused the FBI of falling short of its standards and said agents dismissed information that ran counter to the narrative of a Trump-Russia collusive relationship. The agency has claimed that it has made improvements that would avoid this situation in the future, but recent whistleblowers refuted that claim. The report illustrates differences in how the DOJ and FBI treated the Clinton and Trump campaigns, showing a clear pattern of bias towards the Clinton campaign and against the Trump campaign. The report did not hold anyone accountable. Republicans investigating the weaponization of government agencies have said they will follow up on the report's findings. The British Prime Minister on Monday promised to supply Ukraine with more missiles and attack drones as Ukrainian President Zelensky made a surprise visit to the United Kingdom. Zelensky went to the UK after a European tour that included stops in Italy, Germany, and France, where leaders promised billions of dollars in additional aid to help Kiev fight invading Russian forces. His trip came as Ukrainian forces prepared a long-anticipated counteroffensive that Zelensky said would drive Russian forces out of occupied parts of the country. Zelensky tweeted that he was very pleased with the fruits of his trip. According to the Biden administration, the number of migrants crossing the U.S.-Mexico border fell dramatically over the weekend following the expiration of Title 42, a pandemic-era policy that had allowed border officials to turn away asylum seekers to fight the spread of COVID-19. The administration added personnel and resources to the southern border before Title 42 ended last Thursday to brace for an anticipated spike in border crossings. But border officials had fewer than 5,000 encounters with people crossing the border daily over the weekend, down from more than 10,000 a day last week, according to a lead Department of Homeland Security official. But he warned not to draw early conclusions, as smugglers would continue spreading disinformation to encourage people to cross. The drop in crossings is primarily due to Governor Abbott's deployment of the Texas National Guard and the installation of razor wire he authorized to close down the border and force migrants to cross at official crossings. The U.S. Virgin Islands has subpoenaed Tesla CEO Elon Musk, demanding documents for its lawsuit claiming that J.P. Morgan Chase benefited from and enabled the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's alleged sex trafficking, according to a Monday filing in U.S. District Court in Manhattan. The filing says Epstein might have referred Musk, who bought Twitter last year, to J.P. Morgan. The subpoena called for Musk to hand over all communication he had with Epstein and all documents mentioning Epstein's involvement in procuring girls or women for paid sex or statutory rape. The petition doesn't implicate Musk in wrongdoing. However, no subpoenas have yet been issued for Bill Clinton or Bill Gates, both of which were frequent visitors of Epstein and tied to him through flight logs. The Biden administration coordinated with Eric Kessler, the founder and principal of the Arabella Advisors consulting firm, which oversees a behemoth liberal dark money network on key agriculture policy issues, according to emails obtained by Fox News Digital. The internal Department of Agriculture communications, obtained by Americans for Public Trust and shared with Fox News Digital, showed that Kessler was involved in initiatives to transform the U.S. food system and to crack down on the meat industry for high prices. Kessler was the only individual on the email chains who wasn't affiliated with the USDA. These emails reveal that Eric Kessler has direct access to Biden cabinet officials and plays an intimate role in shaping this administration's agenda, according to APT Executive Director Caitlin Sutherland. Chicago residents are taking legal action against the city over its proposal to house migrants at a vacant high school, citing concerns surrounding transparency and its potential impact on public safety. South Shore Chicago resident J. Darnell Jones, one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit, stated that his concerns surrounding the plan, the information that I spoke about, was based on factual data that suggests there is an adverse impact to mass immigration on black communities, Jones told Ashley Stormier on Tuesday. However, I was speaking specifically about our residents there near the South Shore High School who had a concern based on a lack of transparency by the city in terms of their decision-making process to put housed migrants in the school. They made those decisions without our input, he continued. They did not ask us for whether we felt safe, or they didn't have any plans in place to ensure that we were safe. So that's why we voiced our concerns. A group of residents protested the city's plan last week outside the school, highlighting prominent concerns surrounding its impact on safety within the black community. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.